Richard Hammond reveals another tragedy just after splitting from wife Mindy. After ending his decade-long marriage to Mindy, Richard Hammond, the star of Top Gear and the Grand Tour, suffered a series of tragedies that turned his life upside down. Despite his reputation for being funny and confident on television, Richard faced a heartbreak that no one could have expected after the split. Mindy and Richard married in the early 2000s, a relationship that was admired by the public for its strength and affection. However, after many years of living together, irreconcilable differences gradually tore them apart. Richard's fame and busy work schedule left him with less and less time for his family, while Mindy felt lonely and left behind. Their relationship began to fade, and eventually, they decided to divorce in silence and regret on both sides. Although the divorce was made public, few people know that Richard, in addition to the difficulties in his personal life, also faced a silent tragedy that he never revealed. After breaking up with Mindy, he was caught up in a series of unfortunate events that left him facing loneliness and pain. The story begins when Richard returned to London, where he decided to start a new life after his broken marriage. After years of being busy with TV shows and adventurous adventures, Richard felt that it was time for him to change and find himself again. But life was not always as easy as he thought. One morning, while participating in a recording session for his new show, Richard suddenly felt a sharp pain in his chest. He thought it was just a normal heart attack, but when he was taken to the hospital, the doctors discovered a much more serious problem. Richard was diagnosed with a rare heart condition that could have affected his chances of survival if not treated promptly. "It felt like my whole world had collapsed," Richard shared in an interview. "I had just broken up with Mindy, and suddenly I was facing imminent death. All I could think about was whether I would live to see my children grow up." The tragedy came at an extremely difficult time in Richard's life, as he was grappling with the grief of divorce and the loss of a once happy family. Although he didn't want to admit it, deep down, Richard felt a great emptiness and loneliness. He realized that, despite his brilliant career and public adoration, those things could not make up for the love and warmth of the family he had lost. During his treatment, Richard had to put all his work on hold and take time to recover. He lives in a small apartment on the outskirts of London, where he finds the peace he once lacked. But the loneliness becomes more and more intense. Without Mindy, there are no late-night conversations, no happy moments with the children. Richard is left with only memories of the happy family he lost. "There are nights when I can't sleep. I just lie there and think about everything that happened, about Mindy, about the children, about myself. I wonder if I did good enough, if I could do it all again?" Richard confides hesitantly. Faced with negative thoughts and physical pain, Richard decided to seek support from psychological professionals. He started attending therapy to heal both his emotional and physical wounds. Gradually, he found comfort in sharing his pain with others who were in the same situation, and that helped him find hope again. But life was not all darkness. One day, Richard received an unexpected call from Mindy. After a long time apart, Mindy called him to share her thoughts and feelings. They talked for a long time about what had happened, about the regrets in their marriage. That conversation was not only a reconciliation, but also the beginning of a process of self-healing. Although they did not get back together, at least Richard felt that together they were able to end the past and look to the future. Despite facing a series of tragedies in his personal life and health, Richard Hammond remained strong. He shared that these challenges helped him grow and understand the value of life better. He also realized that, despite the loss of many things, he still had family, friends and new opportunities to start over. "Life is not easy, but I have learned that every time I fall, I can get up and keep going," Richard said with a gentle smile. "And even though it hurts, I know that I am not alone in this journey."